Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man giving you the truth. The truth. Listen. Make sure you got nothing on my face, because sometimes I do. Listen, man. I'm going to tell y'all, like, I don't put all my business on YouTube, but let me tell you young guys especially something. Do not fall for these women's tricks. And don't think your girl won't do it. She will. She will. When you meet somebody, you never fully know that person. You just don't. And with women, as they get older, they change more and more and more and more and more and more. We change too as men. But the changes that most of us men make aren't the changes that usually break up families. Most of the time, the woman breaks up her family. Because in some cases, she could work together with the man. But they just want everything for themselves. Like the system is unfair. And until they fix it, do not marry these women. And if you do, don't get no marriage license. Don't get no marriage license. Because when you get that marriage license, you're going to make those lawyers rich. You're gonna basically become her slave. You think slavery ended in 1865? When you marry these women, slavery has begun again. And I mean, what will a guy get from marrying a woman? Seriously though, if she's not richer than you, what would you get? Because there's nothing that you can get in a marriage that you couldn't get outside of one. I mean, so what would you get from marrying these women? And especially if you're a black man, let's be honest. People try to downplay being a black man in the United States. Listen, man. They will take you out. And then a white guy can do the same thing, and they'll just take him in cuffs. So you got to be careful with every step you make as a man, and especially as a black man. Do not marry these women, man. If you do, if you feel you have to marry them, don't get no marriage license. Because they will take you. You will become their slave. Unless you just rebel and you say, well, I'm just going to figure out something else. But marriage benefits them. It don't benefit us. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to Mr. Palmer. Shout out to all these guys, man. I'm serious. Because this message needs to be heard, man. Y'all falling for the tricks of Jezebel's daughters. Because if they wasn't with Jezebel, or like Jezebel, this wouldn't even be an issue. There would be no divorce. Like, you can't. I guarantee you that they talking about, oh, he cheated on me. Man, men can have more than one wife. So that's not a good reason for breaking up a marriage. Oh, he cheated on me. That's not a good reason. So recognize this. What the person you meet is not going to be the person 6 years from then, 20 years from then. It's not going to be the same person. So you have to plan accordingly. Get all your stuff, get your house, cars, everything. Get all of that in order. Businesses, whatever. Because if you marry some chick that begin not to like you or disrespect you, and then you blow up in business, now you got to give it to her. She don't deserve it. Your kids deserve it, but she don't. And these women, like Coach Greg said, I'm seeing it myself in my own life. These women hate you more than they love those kids. Because some guys are rebellious. Some guys ain't going to give them their money. And guess who's affected? The kids. Some guys ain't going for that. Because I look at it like this. If I know that I'm not the cause of the demise. Or you know that you're not the cause of the demise. Why would you willingly just work for this person to give it to them? I mean, do it even make sense? No, it don't make sense. But guys is doing it. Well, I'm just looking out. She ain't giving that money to your kids. She's giving it to herself and other guys. When their birthday come around, when they've been together a year or 2 years, she taking your money and giving it to other guys. That's how I know the world is finna end. I'm telling you, a lot of these women, it might not be all of them, but a lot of these women are evil. And yeah, I said it. Any one of y'all women that want smoke, invite me on. We could talk. We could make the rules. Because I know what I'm talking about. Y'all just capitalize on the hatred and disdain for men because the devil is a woman. The devil is a woman. XX chromosome. XX, seal of Saturn. Y'all think I just be making this up? Look it up. That's why these rules are geared towards women. And the Most High turned her white when he kicked her out. So she don't, that's why the people hate black men so much. It's not that we the only chosen people. It's just that's the original hue, or whatever, the color. That was the original color. Everybody was the same color. But one of the things the Most High did, when he started coming after people, he changed the color. Look, Miriam with Moses. All you gotta do is look through the scripture. That was one of his afflictions that he put on people. And so, what we see is not unusual. The deception of black men, making them not see themselves how God see them. There ain't no excuses, but the truth is the truth. Black people are the least married and the most divorced. You know why? What's the main reason? There's two main reasons. Because black men don't see themselves how God sees them, and black women don't respect black men. That's just how it is. That's all it is to it, man. I could really go real deep, but I'm not going to go into everything. Some things happen for reasons. You got to see the red flags at the beginning of your relationship. Why would you marry somebody that didn't want you to start out? They just settled. And you thought that was going to work? Those marriages never work. You got to get the women who want you from the gate. And then you don't get no paper, no marriage license. And then you give it time to see how it unfolds. And if she start acting a fool on you, you just get rid of her. You watch out, you know, beware of having children. Because like women will just come out the blue and try to, or do you threaten violence? Well, what? Because once they not in the picture, they don't even want you to walk and see the sunshine. They don't even want you to walk up the street. You got to be careful with these women, man. They'll try to get you locked up, too. And that save stuff, man, forget that. If you listen real close, a lot of these women, as they get older, they view change of God, too. A lot of time. Yeah. Dude, be careful with these chicks, man. Shout out to Monk Mode Maniacs, because you have to learn how to control your nut. You have to learn how to control your nut. When you learn how to control that, they lose power. They lose advantage. And while this is what I would say to guys that's practicing semen retention. While you practicing it, Look at the negative sides of relationship. Look at the negative possibilities when you get in a relationship with some of these women. You got to look at the negative possibilities that can unfold in relationship. And then after you got control of your semen and you look at the whole picture, then let's see what you think then. Let's see what you think then. Because in their mind, they're perfectly innocent. But then now you look up 10 years from now, they done been divorced twice, 3 times. That's just how it be. Do not make the mistake that I made. You don't get no marriage license on paper. When you make her agree to your terms, go to a notary where you have it in writing. Then if y'all do divorce, it ain't gonna be no alimony, child support. You got to get all of this in writing. You have to have a prenup, and you have to have that agreement in place. Because I'm telling you guys, it's not going to benefit you to marry these women. That's why they push marriage. Because they already be knowing that when it unfolds, they're going to be on, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be on her side. And they know it. I used to work with a guy. He told me that he told the judge, you might as well go over there and sit with them. That's how bad he said it was. And he ain't been married since. And people try to talk about him for how he do things. That man been through a divorce. Oh, he this, he that. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Because once you start going through it yourself, you see. Now I see why he act the way he do. I see it now. And like he told me, he said that he told the judge, you might want to go sit over there with them. These judges, for one, if you're a black man in a divorce court, they don't want, let's say, within the judge's heart, let's just say, maybe not all of them, but let's say he's a racist. He don't like black men. Do you think he's going to judge favorably towards you? He gonna make sure you have very little or nothing. Or she. People don't like us like that. Let's just be honest, man. Call it what it is. Count your cards. We playing spades. How many books you got? So, dude, and listen. Y'all think, and then y'all try to come on here and talk about, well, how he said something, he married. You don't know what people is dealing with. You don't know what people is trying to work out for their kids. Some people just married on paper. There's guys that ain't had sex with their wives, if you want to call them that. They really shouldn't be called that, because that's what they called them in the Bible. And it was a totally different thing in the Bible. So how are we calling some of these women wives? We should start calling them strifes. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them strifes. Look up what strife is. My strife. So, it's not favorable. It's just not. Everybody that come on there in favor, we all should just give them that heat. Be all in their comments, all in their live. They should be blocking all of us. Like, man, you setting dudes up for the okie doke, telling them to get married. I'm done with this, man. I got other stuff to do, other stuff to talk about. This is the truth, man. I'm going to tell you the truth. Anybody that come on here justifying that marriage stuff is getting heat. You might as well just block me. You getting heat. Because if you got a unicorn, that's you. You can't speak for everybody else. It's going to come out eventually. I'm going to give y'all more details in the future. But if you come on here justifying marriage, you getting smoke. We're going to be in your comments. We're going to be in your live. You getting smoke. That's anybody. Anybody come on here because you got a cooperative wife, you telling everybody else to get married like they going to have a cooperative wife. You getting smoke. You better hope they shadow ban, because I'm coming for you. It don't matter who you is, because you really are a snake oil salesman if you promote marriage. This ain't 1950. This ain't Leave It to Beaver. This ain't Father Knows Best. Them women don't act like that. You really... you better off just poisoning everybody than telling them to get married. Because you really gonna poison their bones. They get one of them women that just disrespectful, sneaky, emotional affairs, doing all kind of stuff, and then because she isolates you from your friend, when nobody is around, she's gonna think she's right, and that's gonna make it even worse. Because guess what's gonna happen? The communication is gonna suffer. You ain't gonna even be able to communicate with her because she thinks she always right. Because there's nobody to tell her she's wrong. They don't know what she's doing. Some of these women have put on a whole different act when people come around. Until you divorce they butt and they see. And then they start asking questions. Oh, he wasn't paying his bills. That bills should not divorce. Bills should not cause people to divorce, because you can make, over time, that can be corrected. That's an excuse. Because, to be honest with you, if a guy runs into financial problems, okay, what are we going to do to solve them? You want to sit up there and blame the other person. It takes two to tango, man. Nobody's innocent when things go wrong in a marriage. But in some cases, one person might be at fault more than another. If everything came out that person was doing or saying to each other and everybody else, you will find out the truth. Because a lot of time when people think they got away with something, they start looking at the other person different. And they become disrespectful. If a chick get rocked by somebody else, or let's say a dude send her a D pic, and his wing ding bigger than yours. All of that stuff create problems. You could be big, but you ain't going to be bigger than everybody. That's just the way it is. If you got 8 inches and this dude got 10, he's bigger than you. Man, F these. See, I'm trying not to cuss, man. I don't cuss. I haven't cussed in 20-something years. In the last 25 years, I might have said 3, 4, maybe even 5 cuss words. But I'll just say, F-bomb these broads, man. Forget them. See y'all later. More video.